Hello, and welcome to this impromptu Home Mastering HQ live stream. Home Mastering HQ is the name I'm currently working with for the new home for all my mastering products and courses. So that's the Home Mastering Masterclass, Home Mastering EQ, Home Mastering Compression, and some new stuff that I'm going to tell you about in a minute. So all of this has happened because I've moved across to the Kajabi platform. As I say, this is impromptu. I'm just going to get my notes up so I don't forget to tell you anything. I'm moving across to the Kajabi platform. And actually, before I do that, can somebody jump into the comments and just tell me that everything is working? I'll head over to YouTube as well just to check. Let's take a look. Just to check. Yep. Okay. That seems to be working. But if you're watching and want to leave a comment, it would be great to hear from you. So, yes, moving all my projects and courses over to Kajabi. And this is something actually that has been requested by several of my members. It's a more modern platform. It's better organized. It's better presented. It gives you guys a better user interface, a much better user experience for when you're taking my courses. It's got all kinds of cool features. It has a mobile app so you can watch stuff on the go without downloading. It means that I can add a content library. Well, in fact, let's not mess about. I promised you a sneak peek. So let's jump in and take a look. Hopefully you can see that there. Good. And let me just bring up that window. So this is what you would see if you logged in. If you buy one of my courses from this point on and log in. Now, in this case, I've got all of the courses available. So you can see we've got Home Mastering EQ here with all of the videos. We've got Home Mastering Compression, including the ebook there. But more importantly for this live stream, because this is the Home Mastering Masterclass is starting this Friday. And there's a special introductory offer if you would like to get involved. But so if you sign up for the Home Mastering Masterclass, you will see the Home Mastering Masterclass in your library and some of these other things that I will tell you about in a minute. If you go for the Max option, the bundle, which is the most popular, it's the best value option, you will also have Home Mastering EQ and Home Mastering Compression. And those will be available for you immediately when you buy. Either way, you will get the Home Mastering Masterclass. And here it is. Here's the homepage. And you'll see. So we start off, there is a welcome video where a younger version of me says hello, and then just kind of goes through some of the housekeeping stuff with you. And then we move into the introduction, or the first section, which is called Home Mastering Essentials. So that consists of the first video, where I work through my entire mastering process from beginning to end. I explain what I do, how I do it, why I do it, the way that I do, and how you can emulate this in your own home mastering studio. I mean, or home studio full stop. You know, I deliberately called this course the Home Mastering Masterclass because I knew that that's where most people who'd be taking the course would want to work. And to be honest, I didn't want to pretend that I was going to teach you to be a professional mastering engineer. Having said that, I don't know, several people at least, possibly many more than I know of, at least 4 or 5 people who have taken the course over the years who have gone on to have successful careers as professional mastering engineers. I know of several other pro mastering engineers who've taken the course anyway. I don't know whether they're spying on me or just curious, or whether they wanted to pick up some hints and tips or just see how other people work. Regardless, so my point is that the techniques that I'm showing you on the course are professional. I use them every day in my, I've been a mastering engineer for 25 years. These are exactly the same strategies that I use when I'm mastering for my clients, that I use to get results that they are delighted with, and they are equally applicable in a home studio. You can use these same techniques, and with hard work and some care with your monitoring and following some of the strategies that I introduce on the course, you have the potential to do exactly the same thing, to get genuinely professional results in a home studio. I know this because I've heard people on the course achieve those kind of results. So the Home Mastering Essentials video kind of sets all of that out. And honestly, lots of people have told me that, as far as they were concerned, that video on its own was worth the price of admission. But that's just the beginning. So we also have this post here, why levels are important and how. That's a blog post with some links that explain how I work with gain structure in my projects, in my mastering projects, why it's important, how to use level meters, what they tell you, and how to use those to achieve the perfect balance of loudness and dynamics. Because, none of us want to crash our music to death. We all want it to sound good and dynamic, but we also want it to be good and loud and to work well, especially on streaming services. And that's something that I can tell you how to do as part of the course. Then we have 2 optional videos. I say that they're optional because, there's a wide variety of people take the course. And some of them, when they're starting out, kind of feel overwhelmed just to begin with, even with the kind of, just introducing all these new concepts. We're talking about setting up monitoring, how you can deal with the fact that you don't have access to a professional mastering studio, but how you can still make good mastering decisions anyway. Introducing all of that can be a bit much. So on the other hand, there are people who have plenty of experience and maybe are already further along the path. And at least some of what I'm saying, they're like, yeah, that's fine. I'm good with that. Oh, that's interesting. But, even so, these videos dig into some more details. So they talk about digital gain structure, how that works, why it can be different than analog gain structure, and, whether you need to worry about clipping or not, and when, and what you do about it. And then the final video in the Home Mastering Essentials section, the introduction, again, is optional. And it specifically talks about where I use gain in my mastering chain and why. I've tried to structure this very carefully so that you've got clear, actionable steps for every part of the mastering chain or part of the mastering process. And so I recommend you do things in a certain order, at least to begin with. And that's one of the key important topics that I talk about there. And then we move on to the weekly content in the course. So every week there is a new mastering video that comes out on Friday. So the first one will be coming out this Friday. And here it is. You can see I'm mastering a song called Obvious by the Freefall Music Company. Each week there is an interview included where I talk to the person who contributed the song, and we discuss some interesting or relevant things to do with either the song or the mastering process or just music and audio in general. You also often get access to the raw audio file. In this case, it's an excerpt. In some weeks, that's not available for licensing reasons, but wherever possible, I will give you that. There's a follow-up here, which is a link to another video. And every week there is an assignment, which is a challenge to try and help you consolidate the information you've had so far and to kind of progress through. And those challenges are actually based on the process that I used myself to bring in new employees to the company where I used to work. So when somebody started out as a trainee mastering engineer, I would take them through exactly the same process to just build up their skills one at a time, what I consider to be the most important skills of a mastering engineer. And then you can see we've got week 2 and 3 there or coming soon. Because I'm moving this across to Kajabi, I haven't finished moving all of the weeks yet, but obviously by the time those weeks arrive, the content will be there. And then finally, there's the Home Mastering Challenge, which is again accessible as soon as you start the course. So basically, I let you download 3 unmastered songs that have been contributed by people who've taken the course in the past. The idea is that you master these to begin with before you do anything on the course. Then you take the course and then you master them again at the end and you compare and see how you did. And then I will point you at the 3 extra videos that show you how I mastered those songs, and you can compare the results that I got with the results that you got and the methods that I used with the methods that you used. And hopefully overall that translates into a great learning experience for you. So that is the basic 8-week home mastering masterclass course. Kajabi is great. It tracks which lessons, every time you pick a level, pick a lesson, you can mark it as complete to keep track of where you're up to, which is really nice. I do roll out the weekly videos one at a time just to avoid overwhelm, and also so that you can ask me questions and that we're all more or less on the same page. Some people join the course in later and have to catch up a bit. That's okay. But that's one of the nice things about the course, because as well as the masterclass, you also get access to the home mastering Q&A sessions. So that's in this section here in the stream. So there are no live streams yet because the course hasn't started yet. But I will have regular Q&A live streams. So you can, at any time in the course, email me to a dedicated email address with questions that you might have about the course or about challenges you're facing in mastering. Pretty much anything on the topic, to be honest. Some people ask about, getting started as a mastering engineer. We've had all kinds of conversations, whether the ethics, if you like, of mastering, how to deal with difficult clients. There's all kinds of things have been added. So that will be a live stream just like this one, with a chat section to the right, where you can ask questions, and actually you can even come into and talk to me face to face if you'd like to ask questions. So that's great and really good fun. You also get access to the Home Mastering Hub community forum, which is here. You can see there's a welcome section. We've already got people posting. We can go to the feed and see that I was talking about the new Porcupine Tree album that was released last week and how great it sounds. Gert there is saying hello to everybody. I've also got somewhere here, there's a conversation about, I've lost it. I could find that. Anyway, so this is a great extra feature. This is a private forum where you can ask me questions directly. I will always do my best to answer them, but also you will find that there are a ton of experienced masterclass members in here as well who are happy to answer questions. And Kajabi actually, I understand, are coming up with a big upgrade to the community feature later this year, which will make that even better. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. So we've got the Home Mastering Masterclass course, the 8-week videos, the interviews, the challenges. We've got the Q&A, regular Q&As where I will answer your questions directly. And the community where you can talk to me, chat to me and other members and connect. And actually, didn't mention, there's a section down here called Members Collaborate Here. One of the nice things that happened with the Home Mastering Hub in the past is that members have uploaded their own masters of songs or their own mixes for people to work on and talked about the results, whether something was right or wrong. I mean, that if you want to really start getting some kind of insight into whether your skills are developing and where you're up to, there's nothing better than actually mastering somebody else's song and see how they react to it and how it compares with other members' masters. So that's another option. And actually, something I mentioned about the Q&A, something I haven't mentioned yet about the Q&A is I mentioned offhand, chatting to past members of the course, that I could maybe do some quick mastering critiques as part of the Q&A live stream. So they could send in a master and I would just listen to it, react to it live. Excuse me. And live streaming, react to those masters live, give comments, give feedback, play some excerpts maybe, and maybe even do some live tweaks, who knows. So, and as I say, I mentioned that offhand and I got a couple of people going, that would be really great if you would do that. So I asked the members, would you like this? And at this point, 93% of them said yes. So that is definitely something that I'm going to be adding into the mix as well. And I want to be fluid and kind of flexible about this. I want you to get the maximum possible value out of this. So I'm open to, any suggestion, anything where you get value and I'm able to provide that, sustainably, then, I'm open to suggestions. So the final thing, there's one more thing that you get, and that's access to the Home Mastering Hub library. And that is a content library of 38 more mastering videos. Yes, that I really did say 38. These are past videos from the Home Mastering Hub, which is the community and the forum aspect that members have submitted and that I've mastered. So they are from scratch, real time. There's no preparation involved at all. From scratch, real time, real life mastering examples. So it's basically like sitting and watching me just literally doing the mastering session. The masterclass is like that already, but it's structured. I've done some prep. it's edited. It's intent. I don't want to waste anybody's time. It's how can we deliver this efficiently and effectively. These are much more, I mean, they still have a ton of great content in them, but they are very much more as it happens. But people love them. In fact, something happens in the first video that I still find hilarious. But now, I said there were 38, so there are actually 33 example mastering videos, and in a wide range of genres. I mean, you can see here we've got techno, acoustic, pop, rock, classic rock, country, heavy rock, jazz, EDM. There's an ambient soundscape. Oh, an ambient soundscape. There's a typo there I need to correct. And I'm using, a variety of different tools, as with the main course, different plugins. Some of them I'm experimenting with new plugins that have come out. There's one of them where I try out Soothe, for example, and some of the Leapwing products. And one of the great things about Kajabi is there is a search feature. So, for example, Leapwing, let's take a look. Okay, so there's 2 videos there already that use Leapwing products, for example, and those are really quick and easy to find there. Now, if you're paying attention, you'll have seen here I've got only 12 lessons online so far. Don't worry, all of the others are already there. I just need to publish them and add these each one has a summary of the topic. So, for example, here's harsh vocals, boosting and cutting EQ and why you might want to do it, Soothe versus a de-esser. How often should you loudness match when you're mastering? Do you have to do it every time you make a change or not? Using EQ, post EQ, EQ after compression to get air into the master. And also you can see we've got the downloads here for each of these songs. So there's the unmastered version there. There's my original master, and then there's an alternative master. And that's something that happens fairly regularly because these are live, and I'm as it happens. Sometimes I have, second thoughts about what I might want to do. So, for example, there's one here by Sebastian where we ended up with an unmastered mix, a simple, straightforward master, a master where I applied some tweaks to the stereo imaging, and then another one where I used Leapwing Stereo, stage 1, to tweak the stereo image. And so you can compare those different results and listen for yourself and see what you make of it. So, yeah, as soon as the launch is over, I'm going to get back to adding in the remaining 36, whatever that is, 26 videos into the library. So again, I think that's another fantastic resource. And you have access to the library, the community, and the Q&A live streams all the time that you're on the course. And at the end of the course, I give you the option to continue getting access to those if you like, at a special rate because you've been members of the course. And I should say that they are only available to people who have done the home mastering masterclass. So one of the great things about this course is the community that's built up around it. There are, you've got professional engineers, you've got people who've gone on to be professional engineers, you've got enthusiastic home mastering people, people who master their own music or do it for fun, people who master music for their friends. And I just, I get fantastic feedback from people that they, I know this stuff is powerful and is effective and is going to work for you because people tell me that. So I think that is what I wanted to say, what I wanted to show you. I hope you agree. This is a really nice way to have all of these products presented. As I say, if you go for the max bundle, you will get home mastering EQ and home mastering compression as well and save a ton of money. I'll just jump back. Let's see whether we've got any questions coming through in the comments that you would like to have answered. I'm not seeing any at the moment. Hopefully that means that I've explained everything clearly and that you're finding this useful. I'll just check over and make sure that means that I've explained. Shush. Just check that the chat is working over here on the right. Yep, looks like I've told you guys what you need to know and you're happy with it. If not, feel free to drop a question in the comments below. I'll keep an eye on those and try and reply. Or, of course, you can find me on social media or email me. So the course launches on Friday. And if you sign up before then, you can get an extra £90 off. So if you would like to do that, if you've watched this and thought, yes, absolutely, I'm in, just head over to homemastering.com. And you will find all the information there. In fact, some more information. You can see the complete schedule, all the songs that are used as part of the process. There are some frequently asked questions that I answer there. It's a bit of background on, why I set up the course and how I set it up. So yeah, all the information there. The discount will end on Friday, so you do need to use it before then if you want to get the best value. But I think that's all I need to tell you. I hope you found that useful or interesting. And as always, thanks for listening. I hope I will see you in the masterclass, in the forums. Cheers.